If they say tomorrow that William Asiedu or Johnny Hughes or Helen Apiampofo or Roland Walker or AJ Sapon Belamundi has gone into some amorous situation, we will publish it, blow it up. When they say PDS, pum. When they say Japan, pum. When all those corruption deals, Airbus can, pum, we keep quiet about it. We are interested in the people's personal scandals than the national interest. And that's what is killing us. Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng published a 35-page damning explosive report. Alfred will say we intercepted the report. What have you said about the report? Have you even bothered to see the report? And this is coming on the back of the fact that $40 million worth of gold is smuggled out of a country that is trying to fight Galamsey. Take me back to when the president said, I will put my presidency on the line. Take me back. Let's hear the president. Play the video for me.
Not just to stop it, to reclaim the land, to let our rivers work again, but also to see how we can figure a way for all these able-bodied young men who are involved in this activity to find an alternative livelihood. So it's a package. It's a package that we have designed to try and bring this menace to a conclusion. I've said it in the cabinet, and perhaps this is the first time I'll be saying it in public. I am prepared to put my presidency on the line on this matter. I've heard it being said that I should be careful. Many of these people voted for me, and if I continue this exercise, perhaps they will not vote for me again. If by the grace of God I'm in a position, my party allows me to go again, and I have the health and everything to go again, that I'll not get it again. And I'll say to myself, well, this is a choice that all of us have to make as human beings. You do what you think is right, or do you do what you think will allow you to get along?
That was our president. Otutu Brofo Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Ado Gagai, Ado Show Boy, Ado Manye Manye. Look at the speech. He is prepared to put his presidency on the line. And so far, in the report, even the director of operations at the presidency, Lord Comey, has been mentioned in it. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, erudite, politician, lawyer, minister for information, he's been mentioned. The names that have been mentioned in that report, it will make your stomach turn. You have BP. The president has said nothing about it. I don't want to read from the presidency. I want to read from the president, the man who said we should vote for him, that he will change everything. The man who said he is putting his presidency on the line. I want to read from him. And if you look at what he said and what is happening now, I cannot trust him. The president should come again. He said he's putting his presidency on the line. And then that if people will not vote for him, he has a second term. What has he done with the second term in the fight against Galamsey? It was under his watch when the late Sir John was willing portions of a forest to his relatives forever. Under his watch. Party chairmen were digging Galamsey in a report. I didn't say it. Ministers of state were digging Galamsey in the report. His own backyard, his garden, Achebi, in the report. I didn't say it. This is a renowned professor and a renowned neurosurgeon making those claims. And if in any serious country, the office of the special prosecutor, which is the president's claim to fame, that I will fight corruption, the incorruptible Nana Akufo-Addo, who would have instructed the office of the special prosecutor to take an interest in it and not necessarily somebody going to report to them. But Senior Bleobi Kisejabe is also sitting down. Office of the special prosecutor. Did Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng give us a hint? Did he? I'll play that video for you. First, show me the tweet. Mr. Gabi Otredaku, who has been mentioned in the report, who has been trying to explain. And you see, when people are galamseyers, he says, posterity shall not forgive Akufo-Addo and our generation if we don't win the war against Galamsey. Read it again slowly. Posterity shall not forgive Akufo-Addo and our generation if we don't win the war against Galamsey. Akufo-Addo is a generation ahead of him, because Akufo-Addo is his uncle. He is a nephew. This was 7:24 a.m. on the 6th of April 2017. I'm playing this in April again. He said, posterity shall not forgive us, Akufo-Addo and our generation, if we don't win the war against Galamsey. This is what Gabi Otredaku said. He has been mentioned in a report for defending Galamseyers and making calls. Now, everybody is going at Prof, but behind every rumor, there's an iota of truth. Or that was not what we were taught in primary school. Sorry, but behind every rumor, there's an iota of truth. And Danny will say, when there's smoke, it means that there's fire there. Show me the photo of Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Cecilia Abena-Dapaah, one of my favorite ministers, and Abu Jinapor. Now, this photo you see, Abu Jinapor was a deputy chief of staff with Asenso Boakye, who is now Minister for Works and Housing. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah took over from Mustafa Hamid as information minister. Cecilia Abena-Dapaah took over from the late Kofi Adda as Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources. They went along on the tour. You see all the big people wearing, some of them wearing oversized shoes. They went on the tour with them. What were they doing? This was in the new government after 2017 to 2020. The three of them said they were now trying to understand the problem that they were put in a committee, interministerial committee, to fix. They said they were now trying to understand the problem to fix it. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Cecilia Abena-Dapaah, they were the two in there. Abu Jinapor, I'm putting him in there because he was the deputy chief of staff. So report Biamba, Onim Hoshi, he would have seen it. Suddenly they make him Lands and Natural Resources Minister. Kojo is Minister for Information. Abena-Dapaah is Minister for Water Resources and Sanitation. And they said they are now trying to understand the Galamsey problem that they put them in a committee to fix. Ambrose Derry was part of the committee. Ambrose Derry was part of the committee. The Minister for Defense, what's his name? My brother from the north, what's his name? He was part of the committee. Lands and Natural Resources. They're all part of the committee. They said that they are now trying to understand. But what did Professor Kwabena report? But he gave us a hint of what was going to happen. Play that video for me, please.
Supposed to arrest the excavators. And they go into the forest where they are doing the mining, and they remove the control board.
Okay.
So if they remove 20 control boards today, they will report that they have immobilized 20 control boards.
Once they are removed, there's no way those excavators can move.
But then when you go away, they'll bring new control boards and fix them, and then and off they go. So we got a report that they had immobilized over 750 something excavators. So we appointed somebody to go around and check. When we went around, I think we got about 150, 200 that we could see. The rest had either been given to the owners or they put in some
extra parts
and moved them away.
Okay.
And then somebody put it out there, from Bob Martin has taken 500 square. What am I going to do with it? There was an orchestrated scheme, even within the party and the government.
To get you out.
So that, look, why is it when I left, now everybody is in the forest? At that time, we dare not enter the forest. You know, but as I said, I don't want to go into details now.
Well, you went into details because the detail is in the 35-page report that Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boakye brought to us. And I'm saying the president has said nothing about the report. Nothing. Meanwhile, the national security is busy on our neck saying, if you see something, say something. If you see something, say. The president has seen the report. I'm told it's been on his table. The chief of staff has seen the report. It's been on the table. What are they saying? Expand this thing for me. Let me read it. It says, it is extremely important to note that the IMCRM's activities centered on small scale and artisanal gold mining. The task was performed to near perfection. At the time of the inauguration of the committee, the problem of mining in the forest reserve and its attendant destruction of forests, cocoa farms, water bodies, farmlands, as well as harassment of villagers in bordering communities by armed mining guards, including soldiers, were not on the radar screen. As will be mentioned later in this write-up, the major challenges that we had in the mining communities occurred in 2018 when the Forestry Commission and the Ministry of Lands itself decided to give out almost all the forest reserves in this country for mining activities. This was reported to Cabinet at its meeting on the 28th of February 2019. See Cabinet letter attached. Tomorrow I'll show you that letter. Despite the fact that Cabinet directed the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to suspend the issuance of all new licenses, permits by the Forestry Commission, and also to suspend the licenses already issued for operation in 47 forest reserves, the directives were ignored and destruction continued. Cabinet Nimhubi. Worse still, soldiers had officially been withdrawn from the mining sites, but in many areas, regular Ghana Army personnel were seen providing security at an illegal mining sites. What saddened me most was when Mr. Gabi Asare Otredaku, nephew of the president, called to defend a company that was actively destroying the environment, especially the forest and the river of Fing in the Aparama and Krobo forests. So Cabinet has been implicated. Mr. Gabi Otredaku has been implicated, nephew of the president. And we are now being told by the learned professor that all our forests reserved are being mined in. Daraboso, come and take your stone. Daraboso of Darocha, right? Arocha, Ghana. He told me this in 2017. I didn't believe it. Today the professor is telling us that they are mining. So I'm telling you that what the government is doing, what Nanado is doing, is like the person, your classmate who steals your money, puts it in his back pocket, and helps you to look for the money. And he's the one looking hardest to find the money. But the money is in his pocket. Ajana 1, Ajana 2. He said he will put his presidency on the line. Which presidency? The presidency that has become a watershed. The presidency that is begging IMF for money. The presidency that has become so corrupt. The presidency that is mining every forest reserve. The presidency that is destroying our water. And when they finish, they will sit in a plane and go to US and go for medical checkup. The presidency that cannot provide textbooks for children. The presidency that cannot feed children beyond 97 pesos in primary schools. The presidency that is supervising our street lights and traffic lights dying even at the president's own house. Is that the presidency we are talking about? Good morning.
Where you, Papa? You know Papa?